According to the American Zoo and Aquarium Association, there are over 10,000 zoos around the world. These places have a specific mission, which is, believe it or not, to conserve life within them, to protect all the living things and allow species to survive there even when their natural habitats are very damaged. However, this noble purpose is far away to be real. As a teenager girl, I needed to see it with my very eyes. And that is exactly where my experience starts. Hello, my name is Keira, and today I will be asking you some questions. Please sit tight and take your time to think what to answer to each of it. Okay? Are you ready? Let's do it. Have you ever felt any kind of connection with animals in zoos? I'm telling you about looking at them and feel something inside you. Well, I have. I know, it sounds crazy and kind of impossible, right? But not at all. In fact, it is not a special power or black magic. You can do it too. You just need to see them straight to the eyes and focus your attention in every single movement from them. Take into account the details around the animals there. For me, it was not easy first, but it became easier with each new try. Do you know what I felt when I finally connected with those animals at the zoo? I felt sadness, a huge, immense, and deep sadness. I started looking around for answers or explanations. None of them provided by the people in charge of the place, of course. There was one answer that came to my mind a little bit later. Those animals were not at home. They were caged on board. And by the time I managed to understand how they got in that place, I immediately understood that they were probably suffering of mental trauma. Just imagine this. You're at your home, doing whatever you do when you're at home. And suddenly, someone breaks into and takes you away from there by force. You like it or not, you're coming to me. And that's it. You say bye forever to your real home and start living in a place that you barely understand. How would you feel if this happens to you while your family is not close? The thing with the animals captive in zoos is that they may have a family out there. This is my logic. There is a gorilla at the zoo. They took him away from his home. Was he the only gorilla at the whole area? Of course not. There were others. But two people broke the pact and brought only one to the zoo. That gorilla must be feeling quite confused, out of his mind. And why not? He may think about his human ones. You will do it, right? If that was your case, you cannot possibly think insane. Well, let's start with this new life alone. And never remember my family and friends back home, shall we? Are animals in general the same than humans? We are right the same. Humans are animals. There is no problem in there. As animals, we have feelings, emotions, and thoughts. We both want to live our lives without trouble. And, believe it or not, we both want to live our lives free. So, just for a moment, let's get into the other's shoes. Imagine we're there at the zoo. You're living in a small replica of your house. Your family is not there, and nor your friends are. You can only do what it is obvious you can do in a zoo as an animal. Sit there and watch how people go around looking at your misery and having fun with it. I don't know you, but for me, it is just shattering. Chances are there are people saying that zoos fulfill an important task of protecting biodiversity in the planet. But let me share with you this quote from Donella Meadows. Biodiversity can be maintained by only protecting a few species in a zoo. It can maintain itself. However, without human expenses, without zookeepers, park rangers, foresters, or gym banks, all it needs is to be left alone. And that is exactly what I think about zoos. We have no need of those places at all. Animals should be able to survive in their natural habits somehow. Now, if you feel like helping animals, there are different ways to do it without looking them down, taking them away from home, or breaking families in the process. There are specific organizations in charge of providing help to animals. And they are right there, waiting for you to raise your hand and join the adventure. Worldwide Found for Nature is one very known example of it. So, final question. What should you do next time you visit a zoo? Well, first of all, don't visit the place at all. By providing money to the place, you will let them know that you're interested in the whole concept that they represent. When you say no more, you're making others think for a second what they are about to do. If all the zoos stop receiving funding and income from you, what will happen? The place will stop working. That is what we need right now. We need our biodiversity to run free around the planet. Remember that message from Our Planet? It said, we need to rewild our world. One way to do it is to stop having these places in which animals are just there because of all the wrong reasons. If you think all you have heard is only a point of view, I challenge you. Connect with those animals at the zoo. You don't need to go there to see them. Look at their eyes. Check all the little details. What do you see? What do you feel? Is this what you would like for you or yours? Thanks for your attention.